Hey there, Sagittarius. Come on in so we can do your energy forecast for the week of April the 25th through to May the 1st. Hi, everyone. My name is Lee Shanks, aka Intuitively, and we're doing the energy forecast for all the zodiac signs, but currently working with Sagittarius. All right, my Sagittarian friends, we are going to start off with one of my lucky charms here. So instead of using a deck of cards, I'm using the charms. They serve the same purpose. They just guide me toward what I need to be speaking to you about this week for you. Once again, this week being April the 25th through to May the 1st, I'm just reaching into my box of charms here while I'm talking to you and seeing what rises to the surface for you. So what do we have for you this week here? Sagittarius. Oh, I love this. Okay, so right off the bat, so we have this beautiful little blue flower, the tiny little crystal, and right off the bat, I'm drawn to that particular color of blue. I do feel that for some of you watching this reading, there's either been recent announcement of a pregnancy or a baby boy has been born. I definitely get that sense out of this blue flower. It's not for everyone though. Please know that. For those of you that don't understand pregnancy announcement or a new boy coming into the family, I definitely have this sense of lightness and brightness around you of, okay, interesting. I very clearly just heard the words seeing the beauty. And there's, I don't know if it's been a saying, a meme, something going around Facebook, who knows where I got this from, but I've definitely heard in the last couple of weeks something along the lines of when you take time to truly see the beauty around you, your life will change, right? So it doesn't matter where you are or what's going on. It's taking that pause. It's sort of like the idea of stopping to smell the roses, but it's really about just going through your everyday life and those things that are around you that are always around you and seeing them through fresh eyes, right? What's a good example? I have a beautiful light fixture in front of me. It's a beautiful swag lamp. It used to be my mother's, right? It's 1960s. I love it, but it's right in front of me. It's there every day. I don't necessarily take it for granted because I love it, but at the same time, I don't really notice it all the time, right? And so there's a sense of if I just stop and pause on a regular basis and look at that lamp and realize how beautiful it is and how much I love it, right? And just seeing it, not taking it for granted, not sort of letting my eyes skim by it to other things in the room, but just taking that moment to pause on something beautiful in my surroundings. And that's what you're being asked to do, is just take a moment to pause and see the beauty in your surroundings. Now that charm acts like the first card that I normally pull. It's your overarching energy for the entire week. Now we're going to break that down further. We're moving on to the Light Seers Tarot. I will pull 3 more cards and they will basically represent your beginning, middle, and end of your week. So let's see where we're going here, Sag. Nice one. So we're starting off with the Queen of Swords, that contemplative space that she is in. So the Queen of Swords is all about a self-sufficient person, somebody that is ridiculously honest. And when I say ridiculously honest, that is total honesty, right? They're not afraid to be vulnerable, not afraid to be authentic, not afraid to be themselves. And I feel like this is just you. So I feel like as you're going through your week and you're pausing and noticing those moments of beauty, and other people might be bumping into you and saying like, what the heck are you doing standing around? It's okay for you to say, I am admiring the beauty around me. They may not understand it, but you're giving them something to think about. So there's very much this sense of, again, the self-assurance, the total honesty with yourself above all else here, Sagittarius. I do feel like the reason she looks so contemplative is because she's really looking at what makes her tick, what makes her do the things that she does. Is there anything that she would do differently or approach differently? And what does it mean to get there, right? So what do I have to work on in me to see the results external from me that I'm looking for, right? So if we want, peace in the world, we have to find it within. If we want, a loving world, we have to find the love within. If we want to find the excitement, we got to find the excitement within. So I feel like this is that contemplation. And again, just that brutal, brutal honesty. Okay, that's what's really jumping out to me at this time. And then, well, if you're going to have the King of Swords, you might as well have, or you can have the Queen, you may as well have the King, right? So this King of Swords is that bold, intentional leader. He's very strategic. He's very thoughtful, right? Like even his countenance there, right? Oh, and I would also point out that there's an owl here. And from that, I'm getting that wisdom. So I do feel that for those of you, doing that inward contemplation, that sort of being brutally honest with self, I actually feel like this leans toward either a partner, a colleague, a friend that has this quiet leadership ability. There's just something about them that's very charismatic. They've got that inner wisdom. They're kind of like an old soul, is the energy that I'm getting. I really feel like you can put your trust in this person. I feel like trustworthy is a big word with them. And I do feel like they can be loyal, they can be trustworthy. And even if you don't have a super close relationship, I do feel like you can go and sort of unload your contemplations on them, right? I am sort of getting this friend colleague as opposed to like a specific partner in your life, but definitely somebody that you can lean on that has become like a confidant, right? And you can trust them for sure. And I do feel like they have a perspective, an opinion on the way you see or feel things. And I feel like it's actually pretty validating for you. All right. And then we have, to wrap it all up, the Two of Swords. All right. And I just want you to pay close attention to that image. With the Two of Swords, we're looking like, yes, it's a time to make a decision, but I also feel like there's a compromise being made, right? It's almost like I have this sense of, like if you look, the crows look like they're sort of binding her, but really what they're doing is pulling her hair, right? They're kind of pulling on her hair. She's a little bit blind to the situation. And I do feel like this is you being blind to a situation in front of you. So you've gone, you're trying to admire the beauty in the world. You're going all contemplative about who you are. I do feel like this is an opportunity for you to learn and grow as both a human being and a spiritual being. And there's a sense of this person, this colleague or friend that is able to sort of guide you with their quiet wisdom, this sense of this deep soul that just seems to know things. And you can lean on them. You can, in fact, more than lean on, I feel like you can unload on this person. They're not going to sort of take it on. They're not going to try to solve all your problems. They're just going to sort through and sort of give you space for this. I do feel like at the end of this, what it comes to is you realize you have to make a decision, right? You can no longer, through this contemplative phase and seeing the beauty in life, you cannot go back to your gray little world and the way things were before. This is a week of shifts taking place. Please know that I always say sometimes a shift feels like shit. We just forget to put the F in, right? And you got to remember that when we're going through that, it is a shift. And I don't feel like this is a huge shift for you, but there's definitely a shift. You're not going to have all the answers by the end of the week, but you're definitely knowing that you're headed in a new direction and there's no going back. All right. That's what I'm getting for you this week. So Sagittarius, if it resonates, please leave me a comment in the chat box below. Otherwise, I hope to see you back here next week. Please do hit your like, share, and subscribe. Take care.